All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's edition of the Agent Mastermind class with the host, Mr. Scott Hudspeth. Scott, you've got an amazing class for us scheduled for today. I'm Paul Baxter. I'm gonna probably ask you a few questions about what you're going over, but man, Scott, this is your forte, and this is it's kind of it's what's helping your partners in your neck of the woods literally own the marketplace. So enough said from me. Scotty, go ahead and take it away, my friend.
Okay, so for everybody joining us right now, again, I'm Scott Hudspeth. Thank you for being here, and I'm honored to be hanging out with you guys. Every Tuesday we have classes. Last week was what I was told one of the best classes we've done in the last year and a half. It's called How to Be Referable. This week we're covering a couple different things, but live real estate training every Tuesday, 12 p.m. Eastern, if you're joining us for the first time. Mark your calendars, guys. I interview top agents, I interview top coaches, I interview people in the industry that are literally pounding the pavement, so it's really good stuff. You get access to the last 8 recordings, and I'm sorry that I got this picture up here, but and then your lender partner can help you implement and go through this stuff together with you, for you, as you, like, you guys can grow together, put a plan in place. So we have a private Facebook group, and that right there, I'm going to actually go back really quick here and fix this darn thing. I'm going to delete that right off the bat here and just go with this right here. Here's our Facebook group. If you're not there, man, I tell you, there's a lot of cool stuff going on there, a lot of questions that take place. I would recommend you join us. Nothing is ever sold there. We don't talk about, we keep it positive. Of course, if there's somebody having a problem, we'd love to help you with that, and that's what it's all about. So I just want to share with you guys, we've got 2,300 people that got reminders and signed up for this class today, so I'm hoping you're one of the ones that got on the class with us. So we're getting up there on that number. So we got 3 more times, and this thing's going to change again to another password. So get with the loan professional that's sending you here. You got a couple more times to go, and then we're going to change it up again. Last week, we covered, and I wanted to recap on this. If you did not see this recording, How to Be Referable, it was an amazing class. We talked about the triangle of trust. Amazing. I use it in my business. I teach other people to use it, and it literally solidifies relationships right off the bat when you first meet with them. We talked about your worth and the 3% elevator speech. If you didn't see it, you got to go see it. It is the most powerful thing you can do of what your why is. Why should you work with me, and how you earn your 3, 3.5%, 4%, 6%, whatever it is. So this week we're going to use the Law of Reciprocity. I tell you, my wife, it just laughs at me every time I say it, because she's like, "That's a word?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's a really powerful word." So the Law of Reciprocity, to get your next listing and every listing thereafter, every time you meet with the seller, are you using the law? In fact, every time you meet with anybody, I tell you, this happened to me. I was at a restaurant with my family, my kids, and I went up to pay for I was just at a little tavern. We had burger and fries. It was a cold day. We had chili. And I went up, and somebody had paid for my dinner. I was blown away, and I know I've maybe shared this story with you guys, but I was literally so touched, and I'm like, wow, the feeling of that was just unbelievable. Who was it? I want to repay them, you know, some way, shape, or form. So I'm like, well, the only way to repay them, because they wouldn't tell me who it was to do it to somebody else. So that's what I've been doing ever since then, and this has been years from now. So it's just amazing, that feeling, but I'm going to show you how to use it before you even get to the law, before you even get to the listing. So they'll feel obligated to use you when selling their home, okay? And here's this is kind of like a cliche, but it's so true. When you go back to the being referable, it's not just another listing. It's their friends, their family, their coworkers, and their neighbors. This is a huge deal, okay?
It's their entire circle of influence.
Entire circle of influence. So you have to surround yourself and think about that. When you get this listing, it's so much more than that. If you start to track where these referrals come from, I think you'll be amazed. And I know a couple of people that do this, and it's insane to see their tree, if you will, their referral tree of where these people come from. It's insane how powerful this is. So you have to make sure you get in the front door, right? I mean, it's one thing to get the call and say, hey, I want you to come and show me why you should list my home, or why I should pick you to list my home. Your business depends on it, and so does your family. Your family needs you to get in the front door, right? It's what it's all about. So I'm hearing, correct me if I'm wrong, 3 to 5 agents are getting a chance at the listing, but are all of them getting in the front door? You have to separate yourself from the competition And why should they go with you? I love to sit there here one-on-one with my agents and go, why should I work with you as an agent?
That's that's huge.
It's huge. And the other thing is I ask, what have you already done for them before you walk in the front door? What is your why? And we talked about that last week. Highly recommend it. I keep going back to that because it leads into this, and it kind of ties together as one. So as we try to do stuff that kind of pairs together. So again, it's not about the listing. It's not about the FSBO. It's not about the expired listing. It's not about the database. It's about the friends, family, coworkers. It all goes together and should be a part of your world every time you think about it. It's so much more than that. All right, so let me really explain the law of reciprocity, and I'm going to get into the strategy. The law, and this, Paul, I actually found a really cool study about this. So the law of reciprocity refers to responding to a positive action with another positive action, rewarding kind actions. As a social construct, reciprocity means that in response to a friendly action, people are frequently much nicer and much more cooperative than predicted by the self-interest model, right? Get this. Study shows, and I'll show you who did the study. Seriously, guys, I'm serious. So reciprocity is so strong that a person will feel obligated to return a favor regardless of whether they like the person who originally gave the favor, and even if they did not want the favor. Is that crazy?
Yeah, it's a strong one of the strongest emotions. I mean, that we're emotional beings, humans are, and we go through life on, we try to be logical in things, but when you boil it down, we're emotional beings, and so that makes absolute sense to me. That reciprocity can be such an overwhelming feeling that even if you don't like the person, or even if you didn't want the favor to begin with, you feel as if you owe that person.
Absolutely. So there's this experiment, really quick, and I'll get into this whole strategy thing. So there's an experiment done back in '71. You guys can search this, Google this, or whatever. I found this last night, where they had it was like an artist contest, and they worked as a team, and the assistant was actually the guy's partner that was doing the study. And so they sat down with somebody that didn't know anything about it, and they had this art contest, and they were working on it together, working on the project. And the assistant would get up and leave for a couple minutes and come back and give the guy a soft drink, and he didn't even ask for it. He just brought it to him and said, hey, I brought you back a soft drink, whatever. And they'd keep working on their project. So they did this with so many people where they'd give them a drink, and they did this with so many people that they didn't give a drink to, and then they would ask to buy raffle tickets to both. The people that were given the drink without asking and not even wanting it bought more raffle tickets than the people that didn't get the drink. So it was a pretty cool study that just giving something of value, whether you want it or not, they didn't even ask for it. It was just like, you gave me something, so I feel obligated to do something in return, which in this case was to buy raffle tickets. Yeah, reciprocate. Yeah. All right, Paul, you ready for this, brother? I got a little surprise for you, man.
All right.
So if you're an agent on this call, stop what you're doing, turn off your cell phones, everything, put on your seller's cap, okay?
All right, I'm scanning through to see how many multitaskers we got today. Guys, if you are multitasking,
we are back to
I highly recommend that you come on over.
Okay, so let's set the stage. So you put on your seller's cap. I am the agent going to show you why you should go with me to sell your property, okay? And Paul, I got you a little hat. Just wanted Paul's super seller hat. I made you a little hat for yourself, brother. So I'll be more than happy to send it to you in the mail. But I just wanted to say I got your hat, brother.
I'm digging the pink, though, man. That's just my color.
It's the best one. I tried to change the color. It's kind of purplish, So
Jeff said, "Hold on, he's jinging that."
Okay. So everybody has their seller's cap on, okay? And here's what's going to happen. What if, when setting the appointment with the seller, ring, ring, Paul calls me and I say, hey, Paul, how's it going, brother? Hey, I'd like to, Paul says, hey, I'd like you to come over and show me why I should pick you as a real estate agent to sell my home. I'm thinking about selling my home. I don't know when I'm going to do it. I don't know if I'm going to do it tomorrow, next month, or whatever. When they're thinking about it, they're going to do it, right? They're giving you the ball of wax and going, okay. I say to Paul, hey, Paul, I would love to, let's set a time. How does 3 work? Great. 3 works great. Be looking for an email from me that will include your own personal single property website that I've already created for you. Okay? Paul, I am also going to attach you a link to the mobile version of the single property website that I have already created for you. What am I doing right now?
You're setting my mindset. You're putting me at a mindset that you're telling me not what you're going to do. You're telling me to look for something that you've already done.
Correct. Paul, I'm already doing something for you of value that I know is going to be important to you because you're thinking about selling your home. And most, if not all, and I'm not saying anybody on this call is doing this, you're walking in going, here's what I'm going to do to sell your home. Instead of creating the law of reciprocity, giving something of value before you even get to the front door, here's what I've already done for you. Okay? Huge, huge monster game changer here, guys. If you implement this, I swear to you, it will change not only your world, your life, your business. I have agents earning premium pricing. She might even be on the call. Dawn is one of them. Did this twice in one day and knocked down 2 massive listings, and the lady's like more than happy to pay more because she's already created and feels obligated to give back. Now, will it work for you? I don't know. You still gotta be the people person. You still gotta have them feel good about you, but you're setting the stage really, really high. And let me just explain this to you. So next, you show up to the listing, you knock on the front door. The seller has already received an e-postcard of their property, link to their own personal website. What if you created the key? And here's what I'm hearing. Most agents have all of this stuff, and they say, I'm going to create a QR code. I'm going to create this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make up some flyers. I'm going to do a virtual tour. I'm going to do. Well, what if you say, I already have a QR code. I already have a text code. Oh, by the way, Mr. Seller, I brought a flyer with me. I've already did a virtual tour to show you what it's going to look like, and the best I could do is just a couple pictures of the front of your home. I've created a what's nearby link. Oh, and by the way, you received the text, right? That's the mobile version of what people are going to see when they text for information or when they go to your website and see just your home with no competition in it. I like to separate myself from all these other listings out there because there's a ton of them, and when people visit, I want them to only visit your home, not 10 others on the same page. All right, so here's what I've already done for you, okay? So, recap, I created an e-postcard. Now, the e-postcard could be anything. Could be a Word doc, could be a PowerPoint of the picture of their home, could be anything you physically want to create. However you want to do it. Could be just a flyer. Right?
And we showed you guys, if you don't know how to do that inside of PowerPoint,
it's so easy.
The professional who invited you today, they will be able to get you access to the class we just did a few weeks ago on using PowerPoint to create any of your marketing materials.
Any of your marketing. It's so simple and so fast, and you can upload the picture. You can throw the pictures in there. It's so simple. And here's what I find out. Most agents that do this, they can pull listings from past listing experience. Worst case, you maybe can use Google Street View. Many times, it's not about, guys, it's not about having perfect pictures. It's not about having it perfect. The point is having it done already for you.
You're setting the mindset with the seller and what they're thinking. Wow, this guy's already gone above and beyond. So what you're creating, going back to the original conversation, is reciprocity.
Correct.
What do you think that seller is feeling as you're showing them the things that you've already put in place?
Correct.
The things that you've already done.
Right, correct. Now, I'm not promoting any one thing. There's a million different ways to create a text code or QR code, or one of my favorites is QRstuff.com.
That's the one I use as well as QR Stuff, Scotty.
QR Stuff. There's a ton of different ways to. Here's one. I don't even know. I just took a jing off this of Google, easy.com. I don't promote this. I don't use it. I'm just saying there's a million of them. Here's another one. There's different looks, different feels. It's not about how it looks, guys. Let me be very clear. It's not about how it looks. It's that you've already taken the time, put out the effort, put out the work that gone into what you normally would do after you get the listing. You're putting a little effort forward to get the listing to separate yourself from the competition. Okay, it's so important.
And think about this. Okay, I'm gonna take off my seller hat for just a second, Scotty.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put on my realtor hat for just a moment.
Okay.
From that respect, what I'm doing is I'm getting in front of a person doing things already done for them in order to get every other agent is doing the same things. They're coming in there with a book. They've got a binder, and they're flipping through it, talking about the print ads that they're in, talking about the brochure, talking about the sign that they're going to put in front, and they're going to do this many open houses over X amount of time, and this is how many.
It's all good.
And you're doing market analysis, and that's cool.
That's so cool, yeah.
But you're showing me what you're going to do, not what you've already done. And it's no different than what the next guy coming in behind me is. And that the point I'm trying to make is that the reciprocity thing is good, but what I'm doing is I'm setting myself apart from the rest of everybody else that they've spoken to, because no one else is going to come in and say what I've already done.
Now get this.
This is so different. It makes you completely different than anyone else, and you're setting a standard. So now what you've really done is you've made it really, really difficult for the person coming in behind you. The person coming in behind you is going to go into the same old rigmarole. They're going to flip open their binder, and they're going to go through. Well, guess what, guys? That's the next person behind them is going to do the same thing. Of the three, who stood out? Who was different?
Right.
That's how you win those listings.
The seller's going to go, hey, did you create a website for me? Do you have a text code for me? Do you have flyer? Did you already print out flyers of my home for me?
Can you show me what the QR code's going to look like when I scan it?
Yeah, like if I scan this one right here that somebody's coming in after you already created, this is what happens. Do you have that stuff? I mean, guys, this is going to happen. So, and here's the best part is you can go, Mr. Seller, I like to figure out if you're a good fit for me, as well as you need to figure out if I'm a good fit for you. So if for some reason we don't both agree that we're a good fit, then I'm more than happy to delete all this stuff and just throw away the flyers, throw away the website, delete the website, delete the QR code, delete the text code. No big deal. It's no big deal. I just wanted to show you how I like to get things done, and I've already done this for you already. So let's just keep moving. So you walk in with a flyer. Already done. I've already created a flyer for you. Boom. Okay. The seller goes, you had me at hello, but how are you going to update me on a weekly basis where the activity is coming in? Like, here's a typical seller response. You know what? You're really good when you come in the door, and you've done all this stuff for me, and so I'm going to give you the listing, and I'm never going to hear from you again, right? Typical response. Like, this is what they're thinking in their head.
Sure.
And again, if listings are selling fast, then it's not going to matter. But you're already here. You're really good. You put on a good show. But what are you going to do tomorrow and the next day and the week after and the week after if it goes that long? And they don't know, right? Well, and they're also thinking, how will I know if any of this stuff is working? Like all this stuff you set up, how am I going to know? Well, what I've done for you, Mr. Seller, is this. What I've done is I'm going to give you a hits report. Hits report is going to show how many hits are coming in, where they're coming from, how often they're coming in, Craigslist, Google, and I'm going to go over a bunch of different stuff. And that's such a great question. And you might, if the seller doesn't ask that, maybe bring that up. Say, hey, you're probably wondering, hey, all this stuff is cool, but how am I going to update you on a weekly basis? Well, here it is. I'm going to update you on a weekly basis. Not only that, guys, you need to write this down. And I'm going to go live with this really quick. It's a weekly list. It's budeuro.com/weekly listing report, and using Google Docs. Okay. So let me just really quick shut this down, and I'm going to go right here. So here I am in weekly listing report for 897 test drive. This is no good, so I'll just delete that. But your name, best number to reach, add copy assistant, text code. What is it? Weekly listing report, website link, YouTube link, blog link, back page, Craigslist, Facebook. Here's how I'm going to update you on a weekly basis, Mr. Shaw. I'm going to send you a copy of this as I get updated from all the stuff that I put in place. Feedback from buyers and other agents, feedback from previews from other agents, number of texts for information, number of QR codes scanned, how many views, how many single property links to websites, virtual tours, Backpage, how many hits do we get on Craigslist and Backpage and Trulia and Zillow and Oodle and Google Base. Here's a couple that I really like. How many calls on the property, how many emails on the property, change on MLS competition, pending, prices, reductions, sales. Really easy to figure out, right? Number of brochures taken from the box. Open house activity or lack of. Other agents' reports when I called them. Like, hey, I called local agents that have listings similar to yours in the area, and they told me that they're pending, they're sold, they're not getting you, whatever. So it'll give you, it'll make the seller feel as if you're doing your job, and maybe it's their fault that their home is maybe possibly priced a little higher than what the market will bear, right? So
and keep this link up there for just one more second, Scotty. Got a few people writing that down right now. So Jason, Bonnie, there's the link on the screen as we speak.
Yeah, and here's the thing, guys. When you go to the budgethero.com weekly listing report, let me just give you an idea of how this works. So if you use Google Docs, this is going to be really easy for you. So you're going to go weekly listing report, and it's going to take you to a box.com right here. So all you have to do is click this little download link right here, and it's going to download it into Excel format, which is going to allow you to upload it into your Google Docs exactly the way I have it, and then it'll be, instead of having to recreate the whole thing. All right, so it'll be real easy for you, okay? All right, so weeklylistingreport.com, budgethero.com, using Google Docs. Okay, so put your seller's cap back on. I'm the agent, back in action. Here we go.
I'm wearing it.
Okay, so Paul, hey, I also just want to let you know I've already created a YouTube virtual tour for you. Now, it's not active. It's private. Nobody can see it. But if you decide to go with me, I like to give exposure to your home and kind of build exposure with your home on YouTube because, God, YouTube's the third largest search engine in the world. So I figured we should probably be there if we're going to list your home, just in case someone searches for a home in Northwest Washington, D.C., right? Okay, so that's done, ready to go. So if we decide to, go with me, if not, no big deal. I'll delete the YouTube, no big deal. Here's where we have a little fun. Now, you probably have heard about Facebook, right? You've heard about Facebook?
I've been on there twice.
A couple times, twice, yeah. So Facebook is the largest by far. That's where people hang out 2 to 3 hours a day. And I thought, okay, as an agent, how can I help my sellers get more exposure using Facebook to let the world know their home is for sale? So what I've done already is create a Facebook fan page for you with just your home address, okay? Now let me ask you, Mr. Seller, how many people could you call in the next 3 to 4 days, or maybe today, that you could go, hey, I just wondering, hey, friend, could you do me a favor? I'm going to send you an email, and I just wonder if you could like the page. I'm trying to sell my home. And of course, the more exposure I get, the better chance I have of more people seeing it, and blah blah blah. Right? How many people in your Rolodex or phone could you possibly do that to, or send an email to right now that could possibly help you? 15, 20? You think 20 people? Sure, 20, easily, right? Most people know 200. So what if you were to have 20 people like this page, or click this little button right here and share this page? Then that would be exposed to, God dang, what's the number? 44,000 to see. So 20 times 200, a lot of eyeballs. Here's the thing. When you go to work tomorrow, have people like the page. Tell people your home is for sale. I'll take care of the rest. When you are at the soccer game this weekend, maybe have up your phone and go, hey, just shoot them an email or send them a text with the link to the Facebook page. And here's the link to it. You can give them the link to it. But I just like to use every avenue that we can to get more exposure for your home. Just so we can get more offers, maybe bigger offers, maybe multiple offers, maybe whatever. I hear that's going on right now. If you decide not to go with me, I can, within 2 seconds, delete this Facebook page. Guys, do you think they're going to want to delete all this stuff? Like, literally? You've done all this stuff already, okay? Oh, and also, I just want to let you know, I'm going to push your home to, like, literally all the most busiest real estate sites. And I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but List Hub is an amazing free site that pulls, I think it's I don't know, Paul, is it 99% of all MLSs are included in List Hub? And if not, they'll probably, I mean.
At this point, they're growing rapidly. What their major expansion is into Canada right now. But yes, in List Hub in the U.S., it's right at about 88% of brokers are on a free account of some sort.
Correct.
And List Hub, I mean, it funnels to everywhere. You name it, it funnels there.
Mm-hmm. There's like 50 or 60 different sites.
And it's a free account for you. If you're an agent on the call and you don't know, check with your broker. It's a free account for your broker. It is 100% free.
Yeah, your broker has to sign up, and then your broker has to invite you, and then automatically when you put a new MLS under your name, it gets sucked into List Hub, and List Hub pushes to all these sites. Really, really, really cool, right? Okay, So, I want to share with you, we already shared Facebook, but I'm also going to take a little time and put it on Pinterest and LinkedIn and Google+. Now, I don't want to put it there right now because obviously it's harder to delete the social media circuit, and the Facebook page is really easy to delete. Nobody knows about it. Like, it doesn't get exposed, and I didn't even like it, so nobody knows I created it. But once, if we decide to work together and we see that we're a good fit, then I will push it to these 4 other sites. Sound good? Okay, because obviously Twitter and LinkedIn and Google Plus and Pinterest, and there might be some couple other ones. Like I play around on Foursquare and stuff like that. So sometimes I just got another idea. So why not create a check-in for your home on Foursquare? What the heck?
Create a check-in for your open houses.
Yeah, what's the cost of that, man?
Free.
Oh, shoot. Okay, yeah, but it does take a little time though, Paul.
About 30, 40 seconds to create a location on
okay, but do I have to create, Paul, do I have to create it?
No.
Can my assistant do that?
Your assistant.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Your kids.
Cool. Yeah.
My 14-year-old can create them much quicker than I can.
Yeah, right. All right, so I will push to several of the social media sites, right? Good to go. And the showing report card. Okay, so when other people show your home, other agents are going to show your home. I need to find out what they're saying. I need to find out if, hey, maybe we need to paint the trimmer out the front door. Maybe the carpet needs to be replaced in the Four Seasons porch, or maybe there little bitty things here and there that maybe we need to declutter the basement. Maybe we need to do this, do that, do that. Whatever. So here's a little report card that I'm going to give you every time someone sees it or calls it on it or wants it, whatever. I'm going to give you a report card on this specific thing, and just so you know, that's going to happen too as well. So I've created all this stuff. I've done all this stuff. I got this website. I got the text code, the QR code, the flyers. I got the Facebook page. I created a YouTube channel. I did all this stuff.
And now
it's already done, ready to go. I'm ready for the close, right? You got to close them.
All right, this is the big deal, guys. This is the guts. The other stuff is fluff. This is the guts and the glory. This is where you earn the deal right here. You've taken the time. You've spent 20 minutes getting your done for you stuff, your results and advanced things put together based on the tools that you've got. Yeah. You've just done a killer presentation. It's all boiling down to this last little bit here.
Okay, so here is by far, I learned this way back in the day, and it was some Verdi training. I don't know if anybody's ever had any Verdi training. This was my favoriteest close, and I don't know if you know this, but when people go to make a decision on buying a car, buying a home, they see that people go through a mini heart attack. They literally, their body says, and you hear this all the time, hey, I love this home. I love everything about it. It's in the exact neighborhood I want to be. It's in the exact school system. It has the Starbucks close enough to where I can walk there. The grocery store is right there. Everything is absolutely perfect, but we're going to go home and think about it. What? Are you freaking kidding me? We've been looking for 2 years, and you found the home of your dreams, and you're going to go home and think about it? What the heck? It's selling in 4 hours, right? So you have to get them over. You can't have any lull or any time that takes everybody's like, show me the freaking clothes, right? All right, so here it is. Would you like something hot or cold to drink while we wrap up the paperwork? Paul? Hey man, so I created all this stuff for you. You guys seem like good people. You seem like a good fit. We got to talk about numbers a little bit. I'd like to ask you a couple questions. What do you need to sell for? What do you owe on your home? What are you guys going to do if we sell this thing in the next 4 hours? Do you guys have a place to go? Are you approved to buy a new home? There's some questions that I like to get to know my clients to make sure that they're doing the right thing. And I really quickly want to go over this really quick because I think it's so important. If you don't have your 3%, this is where it comes in. Would you guys like something hot or cold to drink before? Now, before you do this, you could go back and do this right here. And I'm just going to draw this really quick, and I'm going to replay this from last week. Couple of things that I'm known for that they say I'm really good at is why I earn my money is I'm good at being a consultant. All right, 1% of the money that I make is I'm good at being a consultant, and I might have not spelled that right. I think I did right. So this is 1%. All right, 1% is I'm a consultant. I'm going to get to know you. I'm going to find out, why are you selling? Do you need more room? Do you get a job change? Do you want a lateral move? Do you need to reduce some debt? Do you have too much debt? Do you need to sell more than what it's worth? I mean, I need to get to know you so that we're making decisions together that are best for you short-term and long-term. So I need to get to know you. So I might have to ask you some painful questions. And if I don't, I'm not doing my job, and then therefore you're going to make decisions that aren't based on true facts, right? So I'm going to have to do this. Number 2 is I'm going to help negotiate. We need to figure out what your home is worth, what you owe. I'm going to make sure that you don't take a loss on this, right? I'm going to help you negotiate. Negotiate. I probably spelled that wrong. Close. You guys get the hint. So I'm going to help you negotiate. I'm going to help you make sure that when a seller comes in, that we make sure that you're not getting taken to the cleaners, but I want to make sure that maybe there's multiple offers coming in and that we take not necessarily the best price, but the one that will close, right? Because a lot of people will say, here's an approval letter, I'm good to go, and they're the highest and best, but maybe they're not physically capable, so I'm going to do some phone calls. I'm going to make sure that the people are truly approved and they W-2s and pay stubs and tax returns and all that stuff are good to go, and it's not just hey, this sounds good, man, you got a job, great, okay, you're approved, and here's an approval letter. So we need to make sure that we're not tying up your property for, and it goes back to being a consultant, for a period of time that loses time in the marketplace that might stop you guys from accomplishing your goals. 3 is, and probably the most biggest, before we decide to work together, is I want you to know that they say I'm really good at managing your fears. And you guys are probably freaking out a little bit right now. You've had a lot of discussions, maybe even a couple fights, a lot of stress right now. You know, it's not easy to move. Got to pick up the whole family. Got to move. It's just a pain in the butt, right? There's going to be a lot of things you're like, I don't know if this is the right thing. I don't know. Can we really do this? Can we really afford this? Maybe you're moving up. Maybe whatever you're doing. So fear of the unknown is like so great right now that it's just so freaky. So I just want you to know this is how I earn my money. I'm more than happy to take any one of these off the table if you decide that they're not important to you. If you don't want me to get to know you and help make sure that you're making the best decisions for you and your family, I'm more than happy to take that off the table. If you don't want me to negotiate, just accept any offer that comes in and say, here you go, sign it, we're good to go, we'll close in 30 days. Perfect, I can do that too. Number 3, I'm going to help manage your fears, which if you, 3 o'clock in the morning, trust me, you're going to wake up in a cold sweat going, holy crap, what do we just do? Especially after you accept the offer, maybe buying the new home. Maybe I need to help you be a consultant. Hey, is this the right home? I need to help you negotiate. I need to help manage your fears. You're setting the stage for the next home that they buy, even if it's in a different state. Hey, I've surrounded myself with a couple top agents wherever you're going, so I can reach out to my peers and find out who is good, because you're a part of a large group. There's 1,200 people in this Facebook group that we have. I bet you if you post in there right now, you have a buyer in Texas that somebody will go, I'm in Texas, I can help with that. So you've surrounded yourself with good people that are trying to better their business and better their lives, right? So after all that, here's the big question. What would you like? Would you like something hot or cold to drink while we wrap up the paperwork? Right?
No, you're in their house. I mean, how's that go?
You're in their house. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, John says, do you bring your cooler with you? I mean, what do you say? Would you like to get yourself something?
You guys want to go somewhere, get something hot or cold? I mean, however you want to phrase it. Hey, you guys want to step outside a little bit, go grab something hot or cold to drink while we wrap up the paperwork? I mean, however you want to say it. I mean, that's what I would do. If I'm in their house, I'd say, hey, you guys want to go grab something hot or cold to drink while we wrap? I mean, you guys want to go grab a coffee, something hot or cold to drink while we wrap up the paperwork? You know, take a break, man. You know. I mean, but some way, shape, or form, find a way to get around them having a mini heart attack and going, hey, I appreciate you coming, Paul. I really appreciate you coming by. I appreciate all you've done for me. I appreciate you setting up the website and the text code and the QR code and bringing the flyer and all that stuff. One thing we talked about in the previous class is what if you took a printer with you and a ream of paper saying, hey, anytime you need more flyers, just click on the, here's a hard drive, here's a memory stick to stick this thing in and pop out as many flyers as you need to put out there. I mean, how crazy would that be, right? You buy 10 printers and you got 10 listings or 20. I mean, who cares? It's $100, ream of paper, writing small checks to cash big checks. It's like, how do I create something of value, create the law of reciprocity so that they feel obligated to go with me or let me get in the front door? That's the big thing. Get in the front door, build the relationship. Then it goes back to, you know what? It's about their friends, about them, most importantly, but it's also about their friends, family, and coworkers, right?
I will tell you this, with the results in advance is working in a way that both lenders and real estate. I mean, the real estate agents are the ones that are out there doing these presentations, but the lenders who are helping the lenders that I am speaking to work with this and use this type of presentation, Scott,
yeah,
it's creating. It's just such a different thing that people are not used to it, and I have heard the stories about, you know, I got to go in first. The two guys behind me never even had a chance because the seller was asking, well, what about a website? Well, what about Facebook? Did you do anything there? Well, what about YouTube? Are you guys doing any? I mean, they didn't ask about the Zillows and the Trulias in the world because, quite frankly, we don't know the names of those sites. As you know, you as a real estate agent or a lender, you may know the names of those sites because that's part of your business that you're in dealing with every single day. How many times does a person sell their home, or how many times does a person buy their home? Not enough to where they're frequently enough going to know the name Zillow.com or Trulia.com or HotPads. So they don't know these things, but they certainly know what Facebook is. So you're drawing a commonality. You're talking their language now. They certainly know what YouTube is. So you're talking in their language and showing them what they can relate to. You know, the ancillary site, Trulia, Zillow, and I'm going to post it all these different real. That's cool, but they can't relate to that because they don't experience any time on those sites. They're not spending time and knowing what that actually brings to the table. But they know what goes on Facebook. They know what happens on YouTube. They know what happens when, you know, in those realms. So what you're doing is you're really standing so far out above the crowd. It's such a very different approach to getting in front of the seller and enticing that seller to want to work with you.
Correct.
That you're creating an advantage for yourself that the other agents coming in behind you are not going to be able to overcome. And what's cool about it also is, what if you are the third one to come in after everybody?
Correct.
And everybody has already, that's even better in my opinion, because now everybody, the other two came in and busted open their binder and started flipping through and talking what I'm gonna and I'm gonna and I should and I'm gonna and what I did in the past was. And then you come in third and you're like, hey, so I just wanted to show you what I've already done for you. Here, check this out. Here's your site. Here's your text code. Here's your QR code. Yeah, go ahead and scan. You got a smart. Yep, scan it right there. Yep, that's the mobile site. Yep, here's a flyer for you. So this is what, you know, I've already made it for you. So if you want to, you sign today, we can go ahead and put these out there right now while I'm here.
Right.
I mean, it's just such a deeper.
Yeah.
It's just different, and you know what? In today's day and age, guys, girls, listings are hard to come by. That's the big deal. It's not a problem finding people to buy your houses.
You know, Jim Rice brings up a good point. Jim Rice, I think you still need to do the CMA. I think he says, okay, you help a realtor show. Let's see, where is it? Seller. What happens if you come into a reasonable agreement regarding initial listing price? I think that'd be great. What I read, there must have been a couple other questions coming. I'm guessing you will get more.
What happens if you can't come to a reasonable agreement regarding the initial listing price?
Oh, well, okay. So then that's up to you as far as an agent, as far as whether that's something you want to take on. Because if they're unreasonable, that's, you know, that might be a headache for you. And again, they have to, exactly. Dave means don't take the listing, takes them in. So like you have to decide. I mean, you have to pick your poison. Is this a good fit for me? Is this not a good fit for me? Not every listing is going to be a good fit. I mean, one thing I would say is, okay, what do you owe on it? You know, you have to go down that road. Agree to decreasing tier, or agree to disagree. Right? Put $1 on the price of the website. There you go. So like, there's a lot of different things that you could do as far as if you can't come to an agreement. I guess you'd have to find out why they think they have to sell, or why do they think it's that much. Where are they getting their information? Mm-hmm. That's, you know, that would be a good thing.
And you know, that may boil down to that they're so far upside down that they have to list at that price in order to not be in debt. I mean, you got to think of those things too.
That, you know, and like somebody brought up, you will list at what you want, but if you have no offers, set a time limit to where you lower it by a certain price. That's another great way to do it. So, okay, I'll listen to you, but in 2 weeks, if we don't get there, maybe a week, I don't know what the time frame should be. Guys, I'm hearing homes are selling in 7 days. Somebody got an offer in 4 hours. Again, depending on how hot the neighborhood is or how hot the home is or whatever, that's going to be dependent on whatever. But if you don't want to lose time with competition that severe, that's crazy.
And the marketplace in Ohio obviously very different than the marketplace in California. That's not the same concern in California because they're getting offers well above listing prices. So in Ohio it's a different animal.
Yeah, so real quick, I was just showing you guys. This is so cool. Like Vicky shared this with me to do a flyer. So when you open up PowerPoint 2010, this is so crazy. So if you click on the little design up here, click on Page Setup, and then you can choose 8.5 by 11 is a normal piece of paper, right? 8.5 by 11 flyer. Click OK, and then I grabbed the picture off of YouTube or off of Google. But you can put this thing wherever you want. You can type in. Insert the cool little graphics, list it, and you can have all kinds of fun stuff. You can make this as big as you want or as small as you want. I'm going to show you the QR code here in a second. And then so if you want to make this bigger, of course, this is just making this as big as you want and sliding that up there. And then the QR code is something that's pretty cool. You could literally make a flyer in 3 minutes. Does it have to be perfect? No. But it's real easy to make it look pretty dang good. So the QR code, QRstuff.com, you can take a website URL, a YouTube, Google Maps, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, anything you want and create a QR code. So all you do is say I want a website URL and I want them to go to their own website. And let's just say their website is QRstuff.com. See, as I type in, you probably can't notice this, but this QR changes over here. So use our QRS. So if you do that and then you take a Jing project, like if we call this thing called Jing project, or what's the other one, Paul?
Snagit.
Snagit's another one. So let me just really quick get this thing out in front here.
If you go to jingproject.com, there are 4 downloads you'll see. And the very bottom one is Jing. It's absolutely 100% free.
So there's my QR code for the website that I tapped in right here. Now I can add this to my flyer like in 2 seconds. So I click on paste. There's my QR code. So now I have a QR code that's part of my listing. I could put it right on the house if I wanted to. There's so many things you can do with this thing. It's insane. This whole postcard, this whole flyer could be the house if you wanted it to. You could have the QR code there. You could get the text code if you have a text code service. All kinds of different things you could do. You can make this whole thing in the house and just list it all over how crazy would that be? I got a QR code, I got a text code, a website address, just, however you want to do this, you can make this thing the whole page if you wanted to. Walk in with whatever you want. You can put picture over picture. You can put this thing in the front if you want to, bring to the front, it covers everything up. Send it to the back, it puts everything in the front. Just all kinds of really cool stuff. You can move stuff around, just all kinds of. So that's how you create a real quick flyer to carry with you inside to a listing presentation that literally would take, if you have a picture of the home, 10 seconds with a QR code that sends them to a website if you have created a website. If not, send them to a YouTube channel. So if you go YouTube video ID, and then the URL, boom, there's your QR code. You want to go to maybe a Google Maps, takes them to the Google Maps. You put in you go to Google and put in their address. It puts that in. Say you want to take them to that Facebook page that we just created. Let me just show you this. Watch this. Whoops, I can spell Facebook. There's Facebook.
Bookface.
How you spell that? So 1, 2, 3. Here's 1, 2, 3 test drive. Here's a little page that I created.
I got a 1, 2, 3 test drive page too.
Do you really?
Sure.
We got pages together. So, all right, here's the link to that, right? Here's the link. So I'm going to copy. I'm going to right-click, highlight, copy, and I'm going to go to my QR stuff, and I'm going to go link to Facebook page right there. There you go. Now there's my QR code. So if I take that, screenshot, and watch this. This is kind of cool. So you could even capture image and then copy, and then I want to put this onto this Facebook picture. But I want to let people know that there's a Facebook, that this is the Facebook page.
Find us on Facebook.
Yep. So insert shapes. I want an arrow. And I can make this thing bigger if I want. Oops, that's probably the wrong one. Let's go with a different arrow. All right, let's go with this fat one right here.
Yeah, do the big one. There you go.
Spin it around, make it red. I could even put Facebook inside of it. And then let's make this thing red. Home, red. Takes me a second to figure out. Here we go. Quick shape fill. Red arrow, and then I want to put Facebook inside there. I mean, guys, you can have so much fun with this. Facebook QR code. Bring this baby down here, turn it, and blow it up a little bit. And straighten it up. Facebook QR code. Point right to it. Now I can scan that for Facebook QR code. What does that mean? I don't know. People just love to scan QR codes. So if you scan this right here, it's going to take you to the Facebook page of this right here that I just created for your property site, that we can now get a bunch of exposure and have all your friends going like this. Crazy, right? Is that crazy stuff?
Awesome stuff.
Yeah,
do a quick thing. Do me a quick favor. On a blank page, Scotty, type in www.jingproject.com. Jingproject.com. That's the screen capturing Scotty's using. Can you navigate to that real quick, Scotty? Do you got a second here? So when you go there, what you're going to see is a page like this. On the left side, it says Top Downloads, and you want the one on the bottom. Snagit, Cam Studio, Camtasia Studio, Camtasia Mac. Those are paid versions. The Jing is the free version of what Scotty is using. It's jingproject.com. Oh, I use it all the time. Yeah, I am constantly using Jing.
Yeah. So, hey, does it allow you to still do videos?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Up to 5-minute videos.
All right, so check this out. So,
the paid version was discontinued. The free version of Jing is still a viable program. Okay. You can still download it. The paid version, you can no longer do Jing Pro, but you can get Jing.
So check this out. I want to show you guys one thing, and then I'll leave you guys alone. Select devices, and I want to do my Yeti mic. All right, watch this. So I want to take it to another level. They haven't heard my voice. Actually, they've heard my voice on a phone, but they haven't physically seen me, or they haven't heard from me. So I want to do something separate. So instead of send the I want to send the flyer to them. Like, hey, I'm going to bring this flyer with me tomorrow of what I've already created. Check this out. So I use Jing Project. This is like way over the top. Watch this. So I click this little capture button right here. I go, just do this little part right here. And I don't have my camera plugged in, or I would spool that up. So, and I go capture video. Watch this. So it counts down to 3, and I go, hey guys, really look forward to meeting you tomorrow at 3 o'clock, and I just want to share with you this flyer that I created for you, and I'm going to share with you how I've created a Facebook page that's going to allow us to use and get a lot of activity, a lot of exposure on the largest social media site, and then a couple other things. I got another QR code here that I'll explain to you, and then I got a text code right here and stuff like that. So I'm going to show you how all this stuff is going to tie together to get us a ton of exposure and hopefully multiple offers on your home. We'll really look forward to meeting you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. And then I hit finish, and guess what I have now?
You got a little video.
Hey guys, really look forward to meeting you tomorrow at 3 o'clock. You guys hear that? I just want to share with you the flyer that I created for you, and I'm going to share with you how I've created a Facebook page that's going to allow us to use and get a lot of activity, a lot of exposure on the largest social media site, and then a couple other things. I got another QR code here that I'll explain to you, and then I got a text code right here and stuff like that. So I'm going to show you how all this stuff is going to tie together to get us a ton of exposure and hopefully multiple offers on your home. We'll really look forward to meeting you guys tomorrow. So that's the cool part. Now check this out. Now if you want to tie, let me see if I can get this to work. This is what I love doing this to people, because it just literally freaks them out. Where'd my camera go? You see my camera, Paul?
No, go to your start menu.
And then do, what's it called? Logitech.
There it is.
There it is. Logitech webcam. So, all right, that's up. So I want to pull up my webcam. Let's see, I think it's right here. Nope, this one. All right, so you guys got me on camera. There's my camera, so I'm going to watch
Look,
this.
Scott, wait a minute. Scotty.
What?
Look at you, bro.
Dude, I started.
Look how thin Scotty looks.
Dude, thanks, man.
Congratulations, brother. You are looking fantastic, bro. How many pounds is it now?
I'm actually up a little bit, but I started personal training last night. So I started my personal training, and I feel the best I've felt in like so long. I know it's only been one day.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations. You are looking fantastic, brother.
Thanks, man. So check this out. So here's my little thing. I'm going to pull up my webcam. Where's it at? Here it is right here. I'm going to shrink this down. Let's see. I'm going to shrink that down to smaller. So here's my little, I'm going to pull it inside really quick. And when I do my Jing now, they're going to get to see me talk and share with them the flyer and all this other cool stuff going on, right? So I'm going to go Jing, and I'm going to do like this, and I'm going to do that. This is like way over the top. So check this out. Hey guys, just want to share with you this flyer that I created. I want you to like let you see me so you know what I look like when I get there. I'm not a stranger. Like you kind of know me. You feel like you know me already because you're seeing me right now and hearing me. So I've created a flyer for you that I've already done that has a lot of cool stuff on it that I think is going to help us get some exposure for your home. And I'm going to share it with you when I get there, but I want to send you what it looks like. So let me just really quick go over it. Boom. And you kind of go over the QR code, text, and all that stuff. And you click stop. Now they see you in the video. They hear you, and they feel like they know you because they've already physically met you. This flyer that I created, I want you to like let you see. Is that crazy? So that is. Let me see. There we go. There we go. So that is. And here's another way to use Jing Project. Here's another way that I don't know. I get off on tangents, so I apologize if you got to check out. That's cool. So go to Google and say that you're going to show a home for the first time to a buyer, right? And you go to Google Maps, and you put in the address. Let's just go 2415 South 11th Street, Kalamazoo, Michigan, 49009. Punch that in, and I want to get directions from 5374 Autumn Court. There we go, and get directions. So here's the directions, and I want to give them directions on a map so they're going from their home to a home that I'm going to show them. So check this out. I'm going to pull up in Jing, and I'm going to pull my little webcam up. And most laptops have these little things. I'm going to put it over here in the corner so it's out of the way. I got directions right here on the left. I got the little thing I can follow right here on the right, and I'm going to open up this whole thing and do the whole picture and do a little video. And it goes something like this. Hey guys, Scott Hudspeth here. Just wanted to introduce myself, let you know what I look like so you don't think you're meeting a stranger at this home this beautiful home I'm going to share with you tonight. So you guys are here, which is 2415 South 11th Street, and we're going to go to 5374 On Court. And I just want to maybe give you directions on how to get there really quick in this video. Of course, you can punch them into MapQuest and maybe punch them into your Garmin. But I just wanted to let you meet me and so you, when you see me, you know this is what I look like, and it's today. And I look forward to meeting you guys tonight at 5 o'clock, right? Take care, and I will see you guys tonight. Bye-bye. And that's it. You got a video, and here's the cool part. You can just send the link to them. Hey guys, Scott Hudspeth here. Just wanted to you have a little map. You know what I look like so you don't think you're meeting a stranger at this home that I'm beautiful. So
guys, just so you know, when you click that, a couple of people are asking, how do you get that video out now? Is it uploaded to YouTube? What you do is once it's a done video, you simply click the share button at the end of it. 2 seconds is plenty if you want to show it. That way it won't render forever. You click that share button down here. It's the one with the looks like a trident, the 3 arrows. When you click that, it's automatically uploading the video to your free screen share account. Once it does that, the video's on his clipboard now. So it's just a matter of pasting in the URL address, and that's what you send to your recipient.
When they click on it, this is what they see.
Like the share.
Jason has a great idea. This is a good idea for a first date, he says. It is a very good idea for a first date.
Yes, yes, yes. That's a great idea.
Good idea, my friend. I like that.
Yeah. Cool. Well, hey, I appreciate everybody. I hope you guys got something out of today.
Couple of questions coming in, Scotty. I just want to address it one time before you. And I know great stuff, guys. A lot of you are asking. Yes, we did record this, and yes, you can get access to the recording. All you need to do is get in touch with the loan professional who invited you today. They'll get you access to the recording as well as the PowerPoint, guys. The PowerPoint is going to be important for you guys to have access to, so when you're putting together your results in advanced PowerPoint, you get a good idea of how to structure it. So just contact the loan professional invited you today. They'll get you access to both the recording and the PowerPoint.
So Ted Harris asked a good question. We got a couple minutes. If you guys got to go, have a great week, and we'll see you right here same time next week. But he says, so I don't understand what do you mean by using Google Docs? So when you open up Google Docs, like if you go to Google, just flat out go to Google, and under, like, you don't even have to have a Gmail account. You can just get the Google stuff. Like, they have so much stuff. So if you click under more and then you go even more, and then you guys are going to see all kinds of stuff. Now, one of the things is Google Docs, which I don't know where it's at in here. But if you log into your Gmail account and Google, and you go right here, I'm sorry, it's right here. It's called Drive. I call it Google Docs, but it's actually, they changed it to Drive. So right here, if you click on Drive, and you can create all kinds of in-the-cloud web-based documents. So I did weekly listing report of his, and here's the cool part about this. So it's in the clouds. You can share it with the borrower, and this is like a whole other class, which I guess we should probably do like maybe next week. Would be a good idea of how to create this stuff and have it so that you can use it with your listings and buyers, and maybe keep track of the people that you have in your database, and you can share it with your assistant and stuff like that. Would that be, we got a bunch of people left, would that be a good class for next week to kind of continue where we're at right now? Get any yes or no's by some agents on the class? Google Docs, good, good, good. Okay, cool. All right. Hey, Paul, I think that's a winner. So
I agree.
I appreciate you guys' input on this. I mean, it means a lot. So if you guys have any suggestions of what you'd like to see or classes, Google Docs will be next week. So we will put a bunch of stuff together on how to use it, when to use it, and just show you how to set it up from very start to finish. So, all right, guys, I appreciate you, and we'll go over Google Docs next week. In the meantime, do me a favor. If you don't have a Google account, go in and sign up for one, and just so you have it, so when you can hit the ground running next week when we get started with this. Okay? Paul, man, good stuff.
Scotty, outdid yourself again, my brother.